Alright, so in this video we're going to be taking a look at the lore books that are attached to specific quest lines. So these are certain lore books you would have gotten during certain quests. So we're going to start off with a page from Lazarus's Grimoire. You know, Lazarus, the guy who was under Diablo's control to get Leoric to orchestrate everything to help Diablo get free.
The time of my lord's true awakening is at hand. That fool Leoric was only able to resist him because he did not yet possess his full power. With the Queen dispatched as a traitor, I may now devote myself fully to preparing the boy for the presence of my master.
Diablo, of course. Adria's note.
Diablo will return. I have done what I can to ensure it. He always finds a way. In your heart of hearts, you know this.
I mean, like I said, the series is named after him, so it'd be kind of unusual if we kept having Diablo games without Diablo making a return. And we established after we beat Malthael, after he destroyed the Black Soul Stone, that he released Diablo from it. So yeah, somewhere Diablo has been released. I don't know where he went after the Black Soul Stone was destroyed, but yeah, he'll come back. I know this. Yeah, we pretty much all know this, that he'll come back. Battlefield reports.
The men are losing hope. The demons' numbers seem endless. They come at all times, day or night, and no amount of casualties we inflict slows their advance. We need reinforcements. We need help.
Command from Cultist Grand Inquisitor.
I need more bodies. You think my summoners can just conjure up a demon whenever it pleases them? We must have blood. Fresh blood, mind you. And human flesh to bolster our magic. I will be expecting a reply from you shortly.
The Deceiver's Orders. I never got part 2? Oh, I apologize, guys. I didn't know I never got part 2.
My exemplary servants. Keep the witch alive until she talks. Pain will loose her tongue, but only to a point. Remember what happened with the Vizier's assistant? It was a pleasurable time, I admit. But the man had only incoherent babble and bloody strands of pus spilling from his lips by the end.
Huh. Part 3.
Miserable wretches. I have no time for your excuses. Chaldean is on the brink of rebellion, and the enemy is closing in on the archives of Zoltan Kuhl. Slaughter him, and bring me the Mad Wizard's head and the Black Soul Stone, or I shall inflict incomprehensible agony upon the lot of you!
I doubt part 2 would have added anything interesting, so... But yeah, that was just Belial's orders to his troops. The Explorer's Log, Part 1.
Day 1. An inexplicable tide arose from nowhere, dashing our ship on the rocks, and now we are stranded. Could the old myths actually be true? Regardless, since our plan to study this infamous place was the talk of many, I am certain we'll be rescued before long. In the meantime, my research awaits. Day 6. It is odd. I feel the island's malevolence weighing upon me, and hear screams on the wind. But no one has lived here for millennia. We've only been here days, but my crew has the look of men who have been stranded for months. I find myself contemplating the impossible. Is this island truly evil, or am I going mad? Day 23. Our lot is an unfortunate one. Some of us have been lost to madness, some have disappeared, and some have dropped dead for no apparent reason. And who, or what, is the crazed hermit with his bizarre rituals? When he attacked Smythe, I was forced to kill him, yet I saw him this morning. Alive. Terrifying.
Oh, the Grand Maesters Journal from Cormac's quest.
Man is a flawed being. Time and again we have seen good men given to temptation. Though it is painful, I have found only one answer. We must cleanse the minds of our recruits, so they will never fall prey to the corruption of the demons, or the blind self-righteousness of the angels.
The Guard's orders.
Captain of the Guard, You are hereby ordered to send a band of your most loyal men to secure the Qasim outpost. Control of the city hangs by a thread. The commoners are becoming restless, and it is imperative that we subdue them. Remain vigilant, for there may already be an outsider within our borders looking to stir up trouble.
Alright, so here's one I actually got here in adventure mode. I don't know how many parts there are to this. I got part 1, but I haven't found the other parts, so I apologize for that. But it's not part of the campaign, it's only part of adventure mode.
The cube was used by my Haradrim brothers in many of their most complex rituals. When its potential became clear, they began to fear its power. The fools. They hid it away, even from me, and created a less powerful implement, the Haradrim cube, which they used for many years.
The Haradrim cube. The Hunter's Journal.
We are in agreement. Kul, the renegade, must be stopped. He seeks to duplicate the power of the stones and wield it for his own ends. He is obsessed with the powers of heaven and hell. Drawing their attention will only bring doom to us all. We set out in 1 week's time, into the desolate sands, to search for Kul's hidden archives. None of us have any idea what to expect. How far has Kul's madness driven him? How much power has he accumulated in his mad quest? I can only hope we are not too late. We found Kul's archives. They were strangely empty at first, but Kul laid traps everywhere, each step harder than the next. It was foolish to expect otherwise. Kul has prepared for many years for someone to come for him. Perhaps we are fools, and yet we must push on. Try as we might, Kul simply cannot be killed. His cursed blood sustains him. He bleeds sand and his laughter mocks us. There is only one course of action left to us. We will separate his body and his head, and hide the body within the Shadow Realm.
Huh.
We will seal the Shadow Locks with vials of his blood, and we will hide the blood in the desert under eternal guard. I can only hope that the world does not forget of Kul's evil, and his blood remains undisturbed beneath the shifting sands. Kul mocks my every step. I try to shut him out, but his chattering is ceaseless. He takes joy in taunting me. I will not rise to the bait. I will not give in to him. I long for the silence that will come once I secure his head away.
So that journal explains why we had to hunt those down separately in Act 2. Last of the Barbarians.
Baal has invaded Sescheron, but we will fight until we are no more. For we are all that stands between him and our sacred mountain. And I swear, by the blood of Bolcathos, hell will pay dearly for each of our deaths. Chief Elder Kanai was the best of us. He could have been the next immortal king. None have come close to bringing the tribes together since Warask. But Kanai could have been the one to change that with his indomitable spirit. Though as strong as 3 warriors, his true strength lay in his compassion. We showed Baal and his army what it meant to fight true warriors. But when Kanai was killed, it froze the spirits of our bloodied ranks. That was when the battle was lost, for he was truly our king. Dren, the last of our seers, prophesied the darkness would soon pass. He was wrong. Mount Arreat exploded and took our souls with it. Many of our dwindling number were lost that day, to madness and worse. They are the unclean. The years wear on us all. Only a few still live. But we have made a good account of ourselves, killing all but the most vicious of the flesh eaters. To think they were once our kin. As long as even one of them still lives, we are all shame.
This is what I like about if you play the Barbarian in the game, is that there's a lot of lore behind the barbarian class compared to the other classes. So you feel like there's more relevancy when you do quests and go to these areas, especially like in Act 5 or even in Act 3 when you actually go to Mount Ariat and you're playing as a barbarian because of the relevancy of the barbarians there. Malthael's plan.
Malthael is fundamentally altering the Black Soulstone. It will now pull in all the demonic essence from whatever plane of existence it finds itself in. But mankind is born of angel and demon alike. Every mortal, save myself, has demonic essence as an intrinsic part of their being. Losing that will rip their body and soul apart.
Yeah. Fortunately, we stopped him, but again, I'm kind of curious as to how many people actually did die as a result of that plan while it was ongoing. Or did I actually stop it from happening? I don't know. Missive to Magda.
Magda. This hero means to attack you in Alcarnus. If I were you, I would set a trap at the Kasim outpost. But I am not you. For all I know, you wish to fail me again and force me to kill you. That would grieve me, though somehow I think I could manage it.
Oh, Belial.
Magda, such sad, sad tales have reached me of your truly abysmal failure to stop the enemy at the Kasim outpost. But at least the enemy's spy has been found. Once we eliminate her and her allies, this obnoxious little world will fall to me, and perhaps you, if you survive.
Huh. That was not the case. Ooh, here we go. Orders from Asmodan.
Minions, Bastion's keep has nearly fallen. Many of you have already gorged yourselves on blood and man-flesh. But do not let your feasting delay you. I would have the keep and its commander in my possession before the next dawn. The rest of this world will fall soon after. Minions, the imbecile who slew my brother Belial now means to aid the keep's beleaguered soldiers. He brings a girl with him. She could undo us all. But I am not Belial. He was weak and cowered behind his disguises. Of course they failed him. We will seize our victory through bloodshed.
Very cunning, very smart war general. Even Tyrael says that, like, he was the smartest and most cunning of all the Lords of Hell. You know, like the best war general.
Minions. The men actually think that they can hide behind their paltry little walls. But they have only had a glimpse of the full host of hell. We will see them drown in our tide of sin. The girl is still weak, and their hero will not expect us to attack from below. Send in the ravening beast.
Gom, of course.
Minions, my brothers grow impatient within the Soulstone. Yes, I can hear them, even down here. Their voices are so pitiful and small that they almost amuse me. Yet, they are my prize, not the Nephilim's, or the girl's for that matter. This is not her time. This is the age of sin.
I wonder how different things would have been had Asmodan actually become the primeval instead of Diablo. And part of me actually kind of hopes that there's a way that the other Lords of Hell can actually come back as characters rather than, like, they're gone forever. They will always be part of Diablo now. You know, just because, like, they were, you know, as characters, you know, were kind of interesting. You know, like Asmodan.
Minions. There is nothing I loathe more than failure. You know this well. But if any of you need a further lesson, I will have you delivered into the Circle of Wrath with great haste. The enemy is strong, but he cannot pass the demon gate. Secure it, or your lives will be forfeit. Maiden of Lust, I have need of your ample services. Drag yourself out of whatever carnal corner of the burning hells you lounge in, and bring your daughters with you. Be wary. The enemy has proven to be both cunning and strong. But the mortals have always been easy prey for you, have they not?
There is a new piece to the game. A girl named Leah. My spies tell me she is the child of the witch Adria, who is hiding in the deserts of Chaldeum. Bring this news to the Master at once.
Alright. The Proclamation from the Imperial Guard.
Attention, subjects of Emperor Hakan II. A trespasser has been sighted in the city sewers. Witnesses describe the suspect as a young woman in a crimson tunic. Reports indicate that she arrived in Chaldeum recently, along with a party of suspicious travelers. Any information leading to her immediate capture will be handsomely rewarded by His Eminence.
The reply from the cultist Grand Inquisitor.
All the abominable stalling? In case it was not clear, I need the sacrifices now! I've heard enough of your idle complaints that the villagers have fled from the highlands, leaving no one left to sacrifice. You'd best come up with something, or it's your hide we'll be flaying.
The report from Wortham.
Mistress, it is my pleasure to report that I have broken the prisoners from Wortham. Words have flowed from their mouths like blood from a wound. Our summoners can retrieve the weapon at your command, and the enemy shall be none the wiser.
Alright. Revival.
The Nephilim, that fool, actually killed me. Of course, this was not my first time stepping through that door, and I imagine it won't be my last. Fortunately, I am well prepared. Some would say that animating a constructed body with preserved memories is not truly coming back to life. I say those fools don't understand the sheer wonder of being Zoltan cool.
How cool is he? Zoltan cool. Very interesting character. The fact that he keeps coming back in spirit form. He's like a Force ghost, but from the dark side, like a Sith. So I guess I didn't get the rest of this. Testament of my failure. Part 1, but it looks like I didn't get the other parts.
Everyone is calling me a hero now. If they only knew. No hero does the things that I have. And for what? They think that I have freed them. But I have damned us all.
Alright, the destiny of the Nephilim.
My scroll has shown me many things. Beginnings, ends, and the endless chains of circumstance that bind them. I see no sunrise without seeing its sunset, no budding flower without its wilted ruin, no event without its appropriate and inevitable consequence. But there is one thing I cannot see, the Nephilim. Angels and demons are bound to their natures. Demons are given to chaos and deceit. Angels to truth and order. That much is known. Some angels, like Inarius and Isual, have fallen, but the seed of goodness remains within them, like a fading star in the lonely night. The Nephilim alone have choice. I know nothing of Nephilim. My duties leave me no time to watch them, and I have no desire to follow Tyrael on his troubled path. But if the threads of fate should bring them here, how enlightening it would be. These creatures dwell outside the Order. They cannot fathom the freedom they possess.
He just, he's like kind of reluctant to admit that the Nephilim are like the only thing that he cannot see in terms of fate and the future. And it's like, it's hard for them to really contemplate that the Nephilim have this choice to be good or evil, whereas angels and demons don't have that choice. That's one of the things that Imperius hates about us. Ooh, here's the great weapon. I found this during an event on the Battlefields of Eternity.
The great weapon was created in response to a siege on the Pandemonium Fortress by Kurikos, a demon lord who rode a monstrous siege beast. At great cost to ourselves, we channeled much energy into the great weapon, and succeeded in bringing down Kurikos and his mount. Upon his death, the demon was drawn inexplicably into the weapon, and it has been attacking us ever since.
And now The Path of Wisdom, a series of books by Malthael about what happened when he left, up till when he returned.
I heard a sound and did not know what it was. I sought wisdom in the chalice, but there was none. The sounds called to me, and I knew them. Human souls. But where?
He's like, I hear human souls, but where are they? You know, and then I guess he found Sanctuary.
I brought myself to Sanctuary, where humans dwell, but the souls did not call me from that place. I searched the breath of creation, always following the sound. Always the sound. And then I understood. Pandemonium, where the world stone once rested. The souls swirl and writhe. I now know the truth of mortals. Old paths lead to death. Whatever their struggles, whatever their triumphs, they die. That is wisdom.
Huh.
The souls of man show their potential for greatness. They can stand for good like any angel in heaven, or they can enact evil worthy of the lowest demon of hell. The power of such a choice should not rest in the hearts of beings who are here for an instant, then flare and die.
He's just so jealous.
The humans cannot be trusted. They are born of angel and demon, but demons pervert whatever they touch. The humans are corrupt and are not worthy of the choice between good and evil. Angels and demons do not choose, as it should be.
Huh. If only Tyrael wasn't the only one to realize that is not the case.
Nephilim trapped the prime evil in the Black Soul Stone. This is the perfect moment to end the eternal conflict. The demons are easy prey, but the humans must be eliminated before they grow too strong. The Soul Stone is the perfect weapon. The eternal conflict will end.
Wrong way to go about it, Malthael. Wrong way. The souls of Westmarch.
We must do everything in our power to slow the Nephilim down, so that the collection of souls is not interrupted. It is the key to Malthael's victory.
And lastly, a villager's journal.
The king has gone mad. Executing anyone his paranoid eye falls on. None of us are safe.
Very short and sweet and simple. Alright, so that was the quest lore books that I collected. I think there are some more regarding or related to various different random events or random dungeons you can find yourself in. I didn't really feel like getting those. So that's what I've gotten for those. And when we come back, we will finish off this series of looking at the lore books with the people lore books. Stay tuned.